back, everyone, to episode 21 of Orlando Out of Context. I'm Brian.
I'm Stephanie.
Please follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com and listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And make sure to leave us a review as well on iTunes.
Perfection.
I know. I'm getting better at that.
Nailed it.
So this episode, we are going to talk about Ford's Garage, which is a brand new restaurant to Central Florida. It is a Florida chain that is around the state of Florida, but we have one right here on Vineland, across from the Vineland Outlets. And then we've created a list of 11 great bars in Orlando. It was going to be 10, but we made it 11.
We couldn't find one to remove.
And these aren't top bars, but these are just bars that we've been to either together or separately that we feel are great. And it's some in the attractions area, some in Winter Park, some downtown. So stay tuned for that list of great bars. It's a nice mix, a nice little variety of different types of bars here in Orlando, because there's tons of bars.
So many to choose from.
So Ford's Garage. So I live pretty close to where the Ford's Garage is, and I was taking a walk one night, and I just wanted to check the progress of the Ford's Garage, as well as there's a Starbucks down the street. I wanted to see the progress, and I just was out for a walk. So when I was walking, it looked like people were in Ford's Garage. And so I was like, let me go and just see what it looks like, and let me take a look at the menu.
Let me take a look-see.
So I walked right in.
He walked right in. He burst through the doors like a boss.
The doors were actually open, and it looked like it was that they were doing business. So I spoke to a manager there, Josh, and he said, well, we're closed right now, but are you from around here or whatever? We were making small talk. And I said, well, yeah, I actually live here, and I have a podcast. And I think I said I had a podcast once he invited me to the Friends and Family event. So,
he invited you before you told them we had a podcast?
Well, yeah, I think once he invited me just based on that I was
already
close.
Busting down the doors,
right? And then I told him that I had a podcast, and it would be great to come and just experience this, new place. And so he gave me the little invitation, and then I called Steph right away because it was literally the next night. And so I wanted to make sure Steph...
I was at a work event, and I didn't hear the call, and then he messaged me, like, call me ASAP. And I'm, like, worried, like, oh, my God, what's wrong? He's in a car accident. I got to go pick him up. Like, the house is burning down, something like that.
But it was just that I wanted to make sure to get this, because I had to email a certain email address to RSVP. And it said it was limited reservations.
Limited edition.
So I wanted to make sure that we got in here so that we could talk about it on the podcast and bring the news to you guys. So anyway, we got our reservation, and we went on the Friday before it opened. It opened Monday the 12th, I believe. And we went the Friday before that. And I really liked it.
I liked it. I give it 5 stars.
I mean, it was really quite cool. And let's talk a little bit about the atmosphere, because I think that the theming and the
everything
atmosphere
is themed so nice. So in this spot, it used to be another restaurant called Dick's Last Resort, which is a tourist spot restaurant. It's like a restaurant where they like yell at you and say rude things to you.
They have one in Vegas.
Make you wear like stupid hats and stuff. But it wasn't in the spot for very long. But the way the spot it's got garage doors that open up so that it kind of like creates an open air environment, which like fell in line for this place because It's garage themed. So they have like, they can roll the garage doors open, and where we sat, like we were inside, but then right on the other side of the wall is like patio. So it was nice. Like when the weather's nice, it's kind of nice to have
the
that
weather
option.
wasn't horrible that night.
No. But it wasn't like, it was hot that day, but it didn't feel hot even sitting in that spot where the open air was.
So just a little bit So it is Ford's Garage, and it's Ford as in Ford the car. And from what I understand, they have the licensing to use the Ford brand name, and it uses the traditional Ford logo in its logo. So somehow they have some licensing agreement. So yes, you are thinking Ford the car, and that's Ford's Garage.
Over the bar, they have like a huge, like a full size car over the bar, and it like smoke comes out the back of it, and they make like a ding ding song. Like if you're ever familiar with like being in a garage, when somebody is like pulling into the garage, there's like a hose that when a car runs over it makes like a ting ting, so that the people in the garage know there's like a car coming in. So they have that. They had like old school gas tank, like the
gas tanks
that bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They had like engines just sitting,
and then on the table,
they had
for the
really
napkins.
Cute. They were like oil like the rags that you would use to like wipe up oil, and they had it in like the napkin holder was like, I don't even know what that's called,
like a little gasket thing. I don't know.
It's like a thing that you would use to
something.
secure a tube, like a rubber hose. We
weren't in auto shop in high school, so we have no idea. But the theming
was so cute.
The theming was everywhere, and it just had a good vibe.
Yeah,
a really good vibe to it.
My only thing that it was kind of dark. It was kind of dark.
It was
in
a
there.
little dark, but it kind of gave it a nice vibe for the evening, and it looks nice from the street. I mean, it looks much nicer than Dick's did. Like, it's much more inviting.
Oh, for sure, because it has a nice outdoor space. In that area, like by the mall there, they don't have anything. Like, they have the mall food court, and then there's like a McDonald's, and that's it. There's an Outback Steakhouse, and that's it.
Right.
There's like no nice sit down like bar spots in that area, so it's gonna do great.
Yeah, it's right across the street from the Vineland Outlets, like we said, and this place is gonna do great. Dick's, it just doesn't match with the kind of tourists that we have, which is in this area where the outlets are. It's Brazilians and people from the UK, and I don't think Dick's really matches that, and the jokes, I think, or the atmosphere they're trying to play off at Dick's, it doesn't really match the tourists that we have here. So I'm sure it didn't do that well. No. And people just didn't get it. And I don't want to go to a place like that personally.
I went, I think, once or twice. It was all right. The food there was limited menu. This place had a huge menu.
So we had options for a limited part of the menu, and I would have to say that the way that they did this friends and family event, because the food was complimentary, so thank you, Ford's Garage.
Thank you, Ford's.
The food was complimentary, but they had it extremely organized.
Yes.
So when we came in, they asked our name, of course, for the reservation, and then we were seated right away. And they gave us the full menu, but they said this is just for you to look at. And then they gave us a paper menu, which had the items that we were supposed to order from. And so we all could share the appetizer. Then we picked our entree, and then we all were going to share the dessert. So for our sheet of paper, the appetizer that was listed was the giant funnel tower of jumbo piston onion rings, and that is the name.
And this was another cute thing that was themed. So this was like the funnel that you would use to put your oil, like put oil in the car, but the funnel had a long like hose attached to it. So it was like an extended funnel. So they have the funnel turned upside down, and then they stack the onion rings on the hose part.
And the funnel like moved.
Yeah, it was like a snake.
It was bendy. Yeah, it was really cool. Once again, the theming here, they really take the theming not to like an extreme obnoxious level, but just really good theming. And I thought the onion rings were good for onion rings. I'm not a huge fan of onion rings, but I ate a few and I thought they were good.
I don't eat onion rings.
No complaints on the onion rings. I thought they were good. Just not something that I'm attracted to.
I took like the breading off of it and tried that. It was good.
Yeah, it was. They were good. And then our friend Josh had the Southwest salmon salad. The salmon piece on that salad was a good size. So he said the salad, the salmon specifically, was really good. The salad was pretty good, but the salmon was really the best part. And then Stephanie can say what
I got the
had.
best meal. Da, 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 da. I got the patty melt.
It was good.
Oh, it was so cheesy, and the meat was thick. And it was rye bread with like a hamburger patty and some kind of, baby Swiss cheese and Thousand Island dressing.
It was very good.
And it was good.
Yeah, you definitely got the best one. And then I had the brisket ranchero roadster burger, which it was good. It was a little bit small. I feel like there could have been more brisket on it. It could have been a little bit cheesier, and there could have been more sauce. So kind of at the end of the day, it was a little dry.
It was kind of weird because looking at my patty melt, I feel like what was in my patty melt should have been the same thing that was in your burger.
Yeah.
Like as far as the meat portion goes. But your burger was very thin.
I will have to say that the burgers here are smaller.
Yeah.
I think that the quality is good, and they do shape their patties, and it's fresh every day. So
I had their emblem burned on the bun too.
That's the logo was burned on the top of the bun. It was a very good presentation. The fries were good.
They were like wedges. They weren't like fries. They were potato
kind of like
wedges.
steak fries, right?
Yeah.
Steak fries. Yeah, like seasoned steak fries. No complaints really about the burger, other than it was a little bit dry. I don't think I would order again. I would for sure order that
patty melt was good.
And then they had another dish, a chicken dish, on there that I want to try that I think had lemon, some kind of lemon thing. I want to try that. I'm definitely going back here. I think that the quality of the food is good. And then at the end, we had award-winning funnel cake fries.
Oh, man. These were so good.
Yes.
So when you eat a funnel cake, it's kind of annoying. Because it's like a lot to handle, so you're trying to hold it, and then you're like trying to pull it apart to get like pieces, and then you're just breaking off these little shitty pieces, and you're getting powdered sugar everywhere. And the way they were literally like fries, but it gave you everything of a funnel cake. So the ends were crispy, and the middle was
a little bit soft,
a little fluffier, and then it came with. What was it? Chocolate and like a raspberry compote
No, it was.
dip?
I don't think it was chocolate. It had a white frosting.
Oh,
dip.
yeah. It wasn't chocolate. Yeah, it was like a white frosting.
Kind of like the frosting you'd have on cinnamon buns.
Yeah.
That's what it came with.
They were good.
They were very good.
So this is I would love to see this at the carnival instead of a regular. Because it would be nice to eat. It would be easier to eat this carrying these around in a cup than a big dish of funnel cake.
Yeah, it was very good. And then let me just while I'm thinking about it, and I have the pictures up from that night. They do have a happy hour. So Monday through Friday, Ford's Garage has a happy hour from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So basically, kind of all day. So you could go happy hour for lunch if you're shopping and you need a place for lunch. There's a few good places in that food court at the Vineland Outlet, but not really. I think, what is there at that Vineland Outlet? Is there anything that's good?
A&W.
Is there Five Guys?
Chinese.
Is there Five Guys? No, there's not a Five Guys
not a
at
Five
that one.
Guys.
Anyway, your best option is just go over to Ford's Garage if you're shopping at the Vineland Outlets. There's a happy hour. So the happy hour is $1 off draft beers. You have $4 house wines, $4 margarita pints, and $4 sangrias.
That's a great deal for that area.
Yeah.
For the tourist area, that's a good deal.
So once again, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and it's a good chunk of time too. So check them out.
Or for those fellas that just want to sit over there and sip a beer while your wife blows through your credit card. It's a good spot.
There you go.
It's like right across the street. So,
and the service was excellent. I think Lewis was our guy.
He did magic tricks for us. I can't remember. So he had one that was like it was like a long. I thought it looked like a magnet. It was like a long stick, and he had like all the colors of the rainbow, and he told me to pick a color, and I chose a color in my head, and I don't. Did he ask me to say it out loud? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But he flicked his hand a few times, and then flicked out the stick, and then the whole stick was the color that I chose.
I don't think that every waiter or waitress or server is doing magic tricks. I think that's Lewis's little
his side gig.
But
He's an aspiring magician.
His service was very good. Everyone's service is good. Of course, you know how that it is when
that's
something's
why I want
fresh
to go
and open
reevaluate
and
in a couple
new.
months.
Everyone's excited. But it's a great venue. They have lots of beers on tap. I think they had 150 something.
I saw a lot of tap
something.
handles there.
I don't know. There's a lot on tap. There's a lot of bottles, 2 different type bottle beers that you can get. I think she said something like a Ford F-150. So there's 150 different beers you can have there. I think, but don't take my word on that. But the bar is beautiful. It's a great place I think to hang out.
I'd go there and watch some football.
Yeah. Because in the past you've said, "Oh, where should I watch?"
Yeah,
and I think that is a great location to go and watch. And just the vibe is pretty chill.
Yeah.
But the service was really good. Thank you, Josh, who at the time and hopefully still is the manager over there. He invited us, and we appreciate that. And we definitely give Ford's Garage a thumbs up. So head over there and check them out.
5 stars for them.
And stay tuned to our Instagram this week. We'll be posting some of the pictures. It was kind of hard to take pictures in there just because it was dark. You should have seen
us. We look like such idiots. So me, Josh, and Brian, we all went, and so Josh and I are holding our phones with our lights on over the food so that Brian can take pictures. Because it was so dark in there. It was really hard to get good shots.
I mean, I think the lighting was fine for if you're not trying to promote somebody on Instagram. But
I mean, I could see you.
And props to Ford's Garage for having their Friends and Family Nights so organized.
Yes.
Because we have been now to a few, invited to a few things, and they haven't been as organized. But your Friends and Family Night was very organized. So props to you for knowing how to run an operation.
Thank you. Appreciate ya.
So Ford's Garage is a great place. The bar there is a great place to hang out. But as we said at the beginning of the episode, we have kind of a list. It's not a top list because
we're celebrating our 21st birthday as a podcast.
This is episode 21. So we're going to talk about bars and drinking. And we're not big drinkers.
We are not big drinkers. Back in our heyday,
Stephanie's heyday.
When we first moved to Orlando, that was the height of our heyday. Well,
I was the designated driver.
You were always the designated driver. This was before Uber existed.
I was Uber.
He was my personal Uber.
You and then Eder. I was Eder's personal Uber and your personal Uber.
But we don't... I still like bars. I love dancing. I just don't I don't know. I don't like being around a lot of people and being smashed and having drinks spilled on me and cigarette butts in my face.
So Stephanie's favorite bar / club back in the day was Mako's. So some of you might remember
Some
Mako's.
of you older Orlandoians.
It was on Church, right?
Yes, it was on Church Street.
What's there now?
I think it's vacant now.
Is it vacant?
Last time I was down there, it was vacant.
I'm surprised that anything would be vacant on Church.
Oh my gosh, my heart aches for that place. I wish it would come back. If Mako's opened back up, I would start going out again.
Mako's even had their own show for a little while on MTV, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So
Mako's, I don't know that it was a show. I think it might have been a special. Yeah.
And Mako's had a location in Atlanta.
There was one in Buckhead, Atlanta.
Okay. All right. You know what we should do? We should ask Heather if she ever went to Mako's. But Heather McMahon. So if you don't follow Heather McMahon, you need to go follow Heather McMahon on Instagram.
She's so funny.
She's so hilarious.
She lives in Atlanta.
But so I want to ask Heather. But you know what?
We should slide into her DMs.
I don't know. And I'm always in her DMs, and she responds to me because she does know who I am. But I don't know if Mako's is a Heather type of place.
Well, Mako's closed before. How she might not have been because she's younger than we are, and Mako's.
She's 1 year younger than us.
The Mako's in Buckhead, it closed before the one here in Florida did. So she may have been, but probably not. We need to slide in her DMs and tell her that we want to go to the Claremont Lounge with her. Do you know what the Claremont Lounge is?
Mm-mm.
It's this nasty strip club where there's old lady strippers.
In Atlanta?
In Atlanta. I've never been, but Amanda and Eli told me about it, and they always promised me that they take me, but they never do.
So is it really old ladies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she's talked about it in some of her stories. I've seen her talk about it.
Heather has?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I want to ask her, like, let's go. Oh my God, I would love to hang out with her. Like, I would do anything to go out with her one night. We would have so much fun.
We just need to pick a weekend.
I want Robin to come too.
We need to pick a week. Robin's her mother. If you follow Heather, it's like a reality TV show just on Instagram stories.
Of her and her mother.
And it's not hard to pick up. Like, you just start watching.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of their stuff, like her Britney 911.
She has bits.
So with her Britney 911, she kind of deconstructs what's going on with Britney Spears and the spiral that she's in and her unhappiness and her whatever. And that
then there's the Italian Stallion, which is her boyfriend.
You just got to go follow Heather McMahon. I think it's Heather A. McMahon on Instagram, at Heather A. McMahon.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, we'll shout her out this week and tell her that we
want to go to the Claremont Lounge with you. She says she's making her own podcast, but she hasn't literally uttered a word about that in a couple months. So I wonder what's going on.
I need to light the fire under her again about that, because I told her I'd help her, but anyway, so
I shouted out to her in a DM to listen to our podcast, and she never read it or replies.
I'll have to do it. Anyway, so back to Mako. So Mako's was it wasn't really what I would say it was a club.
Yeah, it was
not necessarily.
It was a club.
But those days are behind us, so our list doesn't have anything so lit. And Mako's was crazy.
Mako's was lit AF.
Topless women with painted
boobies.
Like painted painted
outfits.
ladies basically.
Then they had a swing. Remember the swing? Right when you would come in the door, like you could pay like $20 or something and sit, and then the girl would straddle you and swing.
The guys would wear kilts.
Put her boobs in your face.
The guys would wear kilts, right?
Yeah, the barback men would wear kilts.
They would do
theme parties.
They would do cannons of like napkins, and then the napkins would just go flying.
They would. It was like be canisters of like compressed air or something, and they would cut up napkins and then blow the air and everywhere. It was freaking awesome. I love that place. Jesus, I'm getting so hyped for it. I want to go back. Okay,
anyway.
So these places on our list, they're more like what we appreciate in a bar now is like a good price drink, a delicious drink, and a nice atmosphere.
Right.
It's hard to find that in Orlando, like a decent price drink with a nice atmosphere, because everything here is like either super crowded, super expensive, or like...
So some of these don't have necessarily the best... Like, okay, in this list... let me just finish what I was going to say. Some of these don't have the best prices, but they are unique or chill or just off the beaten path, or you might not think about.
They all have a redeeming quality to them.
Yeah, exactly. And this list is in no particular order, and that's why we're not saying top bars. We're just saying great bars.
Great bars.
Because we haven't been to every bar. It would be impossible. We're not going to say top bars. We're just going to say great. Maybe that's bad for SEO and for marketing, but we're just going to say great bars.
Great bars. Deal with it.
All right. So the first one, this is mine, and I
haven't been to this place.
You haven't been? Okay. So
no.
the Capital Grille, which there is a Capital Grille, I think. The one that I go to is
it's a chain, Orlando. I think.
It is a chain. I don't know if there's another one. Yes, I think there's another one up north, maybe in Winter Parkish. I don't know. But the one that I go to is Point Orlando, and I've only ever sat at their bar. And I have ordered food there at the bar before. It's not cheap. And this is where the price tag here, I mean, you're not going to get a cheap drink here, but I like it because it's just relaxed,
classy.
It's kind of like gentleman club, like wood panel walls, dark. And kind of dark, and I just like it. So definitely go try that out, and then of course,
and this is on International, which
it's on
is a bit like a more touristy area.
But this bar generally,
but because it's expensive, probably it's not.
But this bar generally is not like crowded. You can always find a seat. At least that's my experience here. Definitely go check out the Capital Grille. I don't know the bartenders' names, but generally it's the same, and they're all really friendly. And I highly recommend go check it out just for a chill time if you just want to have a drink. I've generally have gone solo. Like if I've gone with friends to see a movie, I stop there on the way home, or go there on a date. It's a good date spot, or just go with a bunch of friends and chill at the bar. It's just a nice, relaxed, kind of moody. It's moody.
Like you.
Yeah, like me.
Moody AF.
I love it.
The next one on our list is Player One, which we talked about a few weeks back. This is a cute little bar, like tucked away. This is in like Buena Vista, kind of near Disney Springs, and they have vintage video games, and it's like comic book themed. Like you can play old Nintendo, Mario Kart. They have like PlayStation, and then they have a bunch of vintage like games that have like joysticks and buttons. And I love it. I think it's really cool.
And
I don't think you've been.
I still haven't been, and I need to go. I really want to go. We need to go maybe one night in December or something.
One thing, I don't know about the price. I can't speak on the price of the drinks because, again, I had water when I went there. But I do know that they only carry craft beers.
Oh.
Because they were kind of bougie about that. When the person I was with tried to order something else, they were like, we only carry craft beer. So.
And then the third one on our list, which again, no order here, is Earls.
Earls is bae for us.
Yeah, Earls Kitchen and Bar. My love for Earls has developed over time. It is good for brunch, except I will say I think the last few times the food Earls has come out cold. And so we're just going to throw that out there and say, y'all need to work on warming your plates.
Heat lamps, whatever's going on.
Do something to bring the food out cold. Warm. But this place, Earls, has the best drinks and the best drink prices. Every month, they have a $5 drink. So whether it is like rosé or mojito or
margarita,
whatever, it's always something $5. And every night, generally, they have a different special too. It's good that this place isn't across the street because I'd be there
every
all the
night.
time. Because
the atmosphere is so beautiful. And it's got it's kind of separated into 3 different distinct areas. Plus they have a patio, which I haven't experienced the patio yet. I wouldn't mind sitting out on the patio because they kind of have the plants built up to make it like a little, like a little jungle-ish area. But yeah, I love the seating arrangements here, the furniture, the decor. I love the feel of it.
And there's always drink specials. Always, always, always. So, and they have a good brunch prices. They have endless mimosas for $12. You can't really beat that. That's an awesome price for endless mimosas on Saturday or Sunday for brunch.
During the brunch happy hour, aren't all drinks $5? I don't
4 or 5. I forget. 4 or 5, but yeah.
So
the brunch
you're not
drinks,
just limited to the drink of the month during brunch. You can get that special.
And different nights they have specials.
Because a lot of times you get the cold brew Bailey's coffee.
Yes, I love their cold brew Bailey's coffee. Everything there. Every drink. I've never had a bad drink there. And Debbie's gotten some really good like tropical drinks before. It's just good. And I feel like even for their $5, like they don't skimp on the alcohol necessarily just because it's a $5 drink. Now they're going to use the house whatever. They're not going to use top shelf. But Earls is awesome, and I hope that it can last. It's been 3 years now since they've been open, and it's beautiful. Definitely go check out Earls if you haven't done so. And it is worth a trip to for brunch, even though we kind of recently have experiences with cold food. It's good. So, and they have good. They have the good spinach dip for the appetizer.
Yeah, I would get apps there.
Oh, they have good like I think truffle fries. I think their truffle fries are really good. Definitely try Earls. And then the next one on the list is a frustrating one because we really...
I really want to love this one if I ever got the chance to get in there as much as I wanted to.
We love Trader Sam's, which I would say I love Trader Sam's at Disneyland Hotel.
That's where we fell in love with it.
Trader Sam's here on the East Coast is
at the Polynesian Resort.
Exactly.
And it is like a tiki bar theme.
It's very similar to the one in Disneyland at the Disneyland Hotel. When I first experienced Trader Sam's, our friend Chloe and I were on a trip to Disneyland together, and we went there like 2 or 3 nights in a row because nobody knew about it yet, and there was nobody there. There was never a wait. It was awesome.
And they have a nice patio at that one. Like their outdoor space is nice too. It's not just the inside that's nice.
I think the one here, the patio space here, has redeeming qualities because you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks from it. But anyway, the Trader Sam's here at the Polynesian, I feel like whenever I go in there, it's pretty much at capacity, and it's full of cast members
who just sit all night.
Yeah, who just sit there, and it's a bar, so there's no really like.
And it's very small too. That's the problem.
It's very small.
But it's cool because every drink on the menu, well, not every drink, but they have a lot of specialty drinks. Like drinks, they have like a drink that comes in a ceramic submarine. They have a drink that comes in a plastic cup that's shaped like a pearl. They have like skull mugs, tiki mugs. And then like when you order a certain drink, the servers will do certain things. Like they will say certain things. They have props that they wear. Mm-hmm. They like flicker the lights and make it feel like there's like a thunderstorm in the restaurant or in the bar. It's really cool.
The vibe, if you're familiar with Adventurers Club, an old bar that was at Pleasure Island back in the day at what is now Disney Springs, but used to be called Downtown Disney. It's reminiscent kind of that, as well as just Adventureland.
Or like the Tiki Bird.
Magic Kingdom.
The Tiki Birds at Magic Kingdom. Like how there's like...
It's very reminiscent of the Tiki Bird room.
I like it.
Which is another thing that I wish that we could still put Adventures Club on this list. I don't know if you were ever a fan of Adventures Club.
I mean, not really. I like the concept of it.
But the concept of the Adventures Club, there's nothing like it. There was a bar in there, and it was just nothing. I don't think that there's anything like it in the world.
Which is why I wish they would have kept it.
I wish they would have kept it as well. Like they could have kept one bar, and we wouldn't have to have the sorry excuse that is the Edison, because the Edison now takes the location of where Adventures Club was. Adventures Club was just an awesome bar, an awesome comedy club, really.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun, and I wish they would have kept that. Maybe one day they'll bring it back.
We can only hope.
Maybe one day they'll bring it back. So Trader Sam's, definitely go. If you're going to go, try to go early, I guess. Like
they open at 4.
They open at 4. And I would say if there's no room inside and it's around the fireworks time, go sit outside if there's an open table, because you can see the fireworks really well, the Magic Kingdom fireworks really well.
The only thing is you're not going to get the same experience outside as you do inside.
That's true, but what I'm saying is you do get a view of...
Yeah. And they can give you a pager. You can sit in the back, have outside. One drink, and then once your pager goes off, continue inside for the whole experience.
So I guess it's nice that they have a pager system, but it's just hard to go in and just sit down. You have to wait a little while.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Definitely go see it at least once. It's a unique bar. There's also a Tiki bar downtown, which I don't think I've been to the Tiki bar downtown.
It's very hidden. It's by Stardust Lounge.
Which we've been to Stardust Lounge, which is kind of cool.
I like Stardust. Yeah, we should have put Stardust on
Well, we
here.
can talk about Stardust right now.
Well, hell, make Stardust number 12. We're now doing 12 great bars in Orlando. Yeah, Stardust is like this like underground, like it was really hidden. I don't know how I figured out how it was there.
Well, it was because what was the bingo?
Yeah, they do Dirty Bingo on Tuesdays. So I think someone invited me to Dirty Bingo.
Right. That's how you find out.
But it's like you have to go downstairs and then you go like inside, so it's not very like out there. You know, there is a sign on the street level, but it's not like boom. And it's just cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
I've been there once for Dirty Bingo with Steph. She dragged us down there one night, and it was fun.
And then right next to Stardust, they have a little. Even the Tiki Lounge there is very, very hidden. It's just like a small, cute little tiki bar, but it's very themed.
It's right next to the Lake Eola Park.
Yeah, where the farmers market is down there.
Right. So the next one that we have on the list is called Sideshow.
I really like this one because it's circus themed. And I love circus. Like I always had it in my mind I wanted to do like a circus themed bedroom, and I've been trying for years, and it's just not coming together for me. But I love this bar is really cute. It's got like pictures of like, you know, when you go to the circus and you see like the fat man or the fattest woman, and you see like the snake
obscurities, or what do they call it, curiosities,
and, like all these like weird people,
right?
You see these photos, and then they have like the mirrors that make you like, you know, fat, long, skinny, short. And they have like a little wheel that you can spin. I guess if you pay for it. I didn't pay for it, but I saw other people doing it. Like you pay, and then the wheel has like all these shots on it, and they just spin the wheel, and then you get whatever shot comes up on the wheel. It's
a fun concept, and it's cool. I'm glad it's still open, because we went several years ago, and then we were downtown a few weeks ago for the Immerse.
Yeah, it was still there,
and it's still there, which is awesome. I'm happy to see that they're still there, because I think it is a pretty. I
just love design. A good theme.
Yeah, it's a good theme.
Even the bathrooms are so cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. So the next one is Brick House Tap and Tavern, which I haven't been to. Stephanie has been to.
This is on iDrive, and I like it a lot. I love the atmosphere in there. They have a nice bar area. They have a huge fireplace, and then by the fireplace they have like these. It's booth seatings, but they're benches. And so if you had like 6 people in your party, they're like benches. It's more like fabric furniture, so it's nice. It has a nice warm feeling to it, and they have a nice patio that has a huge fire pit, which I never use the patio like because it's always hot here, but.
Well, now
maybe now that it's cold.
So, what's the food like?
I mostly get apps there, like they have pretzel sticks with beer cheese. They have a deviled eggs. They have,
and it's all good quality.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I definitely want to go there.
Chicken. What else? Mozzarella cheese sticks, nachos. It's bar food generally. But
so is it kind of like an elevated ale house?
Yeah. It's kind of like an elevated ale house. Mostly I like the environment. I love the way the seating is. I love the feel in there. I love the fireplaces, the fire pits. They also have the beer where you can buy the beer in these it's like a big tall thing that they'll fill with beer, bring to your table, and then it's got a spout on it. Oh. So basically you fill it up and then you can just pour out your own drink.
Gotcha.
So they have those there too if you're into beer. This place has a lot of beers as well.
Cool.
The next one is mine too. My choice too.
Well, I've been here before.
Oh, you have?
I was on a boring date there once, a long time ago.
Well, that's what got me. That's all the times that I've been there on dates too. So, it's called Adobe Gilas, which is what the website says phonetically. Gila, Adobe Gila. And it's like a Mexican restaurant, and it's in Point Orlando, right by the movie theater. So that's why I always end up there, like before or after a movie, we go there. But I like it because it's got a nice patio. Like they have a nice bar that extends out to a patio, and they have on the other side. Basically, because the way the restaurant sits, you can be on 3 of the 4 corners of the restaurant. They have outdoor patio.
Right.
And they have huge TVs, like really the inside portion, there's a huge TV. And then they have TVs outside. They have heaters for when it's cold. And it's just nice. You know why? Because there's never that many people there. It's like a chill hometown bar. All the times I've been there, it's just chill. Like,
but
not
I think
a lot of people.
It generally has people there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You can normally find a seat there, I would say. Yeah.
They have a pool table outside. Mm-hmm. I like it. I just like the vibe there.
I don't remember the food being bad or anything. I remember.
I've never had any food. I always just get drinks there.
It was just a boring. My experience was boring just because of
your company.
Yeah, that's all. And then the next one, there's several mini locations in Orlando, is Bar Louie. And I put Bar Louie on the list really because I think that they have a great happy hour. And I don't have the happy hour menu in front of me.
I've never been to Bar Louie.
No?
No.
Well, they've moved in our area. They used to be on Sand Lake on Restaurant Row next to Bento. But then they moved their location over to iDrive. And I like they have a really good happy hour. And I think it goes till 7 on the weekdays.
I bet there's a lot of business people there, huh?
Yeah, probably.
That might be a good place to meet professionals.
Yeah. I always thought, which I never did this, but if you're trying to meet a professional, you might go to a hotel bar.
Oh, yeah.
But then you might find someone who's just looking to hook up and cheat on his wife.
Somebody who's just there and, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
But maybe not. Maybe
they're just in town and they just need a quick.
But maybe it might, and then they probably have some money.
Maybe I could sign up to be someone's Orlando side piece.
No, that's not what you want.
No, that's not what I want, but...
All right, and then the next one is really Stephanie's too, because I haven't been here yet, though I really want to go, and hopefully that'll change here in the next few weeks.
I love this place. It's called Frosty's. We're going to talk a little bit more about it in our upcoming Christmas episode, but this place is... I'm shocked that this place is still here too. It's probably going on about 2 years, or maybe even 3 years that it's been open. Highly themed. They have Christmas stuff all in there, lights. They have a little train that goes around the bar.
It's a Christmas. You didn't really set it up right.
It's a Christmas themed bar. And they have like the drinks specials they have. They're like snow cone drinks. So they look like, snowballs.
I want that.
I want that too. A cherry one. Let's see. They have this little like calendar that has an electronic countdown.
Counts
how many
down
days
to
Christmas? Yeah. And it's open all year. So that's cool. I like it. And they blow snow, like the fake snow. And they play Christmas music, maybe like, I don't know, every 5 or 6 songs they play one Christmas song.
Oh, that's cool. Now, you're going to have to stay tuned to our Christmas episode to hear more about Frosties. And our Christmas episode is going to be on, I believe, the 9th of December. So stay tuned for our Christmas episode. We will hopefully we're going to have a special guest with us talking all things Christmas. So stay tuned for the Christmas episode, which will be on December 9th. We'll talk more. We'll talk about Christmas before then, but that's kind of like the.
We're gonna do the breakdown of all things to do in Orlando and hit to see before the holidays are over.
All right, and the next one, which we've talked about on the podcast, we don't have to talk too long about it, but I think it's one that really impressed us this year with its opening is Wine Bar George, and we'll keep talking about it because it's awesome.
So good. What I really liked about this place is they offer,
and this is at Disney Springs.
You can purchase anything on their menu, any drink on their menu, with a taste, a half cup, a pour. They have like different portions. It's not like you have to commit to a whole glass. So any wine on the menu is available in different sizes, which is nice when you're at a place like this where you're trying to like try new things. And
their mac and cheese balls are the best you'll ever have.
Good.
Ever.
I forgot to reply to that person that commented asking if there were rice balls.
I commented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had someone.
Was like, are those rice balls?
We had someone on Instagram when we posted a picture of it ask if they were rice balls. But they are the best macaroni and cheese balls that you'll ever have. They're really good because they're not heavy and you don't feel gross after eating them. I don't know. It's just something
because
that they do.
The pasta inside is like creamy and light. And the marinara sauce was just right.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the prices are really right. Like, I thought going there when we first went, I thought, oh, this is going to be, the price is going to be, but the prices are great, especially for being in Disney Springs.
On our list is also wine
oriented.
Wine oriented. It is the Wine Room in Winter Park. And this place is really cool. You can buy a card. So you buy like a credit card and you load it with money. And then all the wine bottles are in these machines. And you can go and look at the label and look at the type. And it'll give you like the notes and the tasting and all this stuff. And you put your card in and then you press the size that you want. And put your cup underneath. And it just squirts the wine out for you. So you can kind of just, it's like, real casual. You can just go around tasting whatever you want, reading the information. And
yeah, it's a great way to taste wines and be introduced to a wine that you might not have tasted before.
They also have cheese plates and other like salami meat plates and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of casual. So there's no pressure.
Yeah.
If you're not really familiar with wine, you just try a little bit. And if you don't like it, you move on to the next one. And then, of course, there's appetizers. I think they even have a club. Isn't there like a club that you could store your wine bottles there?
They have downstairs, they have a room where you can purchase lockers. And you can like leave bottles in there. Mm-hmm. And I think you just have to pay for the corking fees or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice place. Go check it out. Another thing that reminded me while we were talking about the wine room and the wine dispensers is there's a place called Firefly Kitchen and Bar, which is in Winter Park. It's in Winter Park Village. They have similar machines. And
have you been there?
I have been there, yes. We had a company event there once. And it's really good. And their food is tasty as well. So shout out to Firefly Kitchen and Bar. They have kind of the same concept. It's a little bit more, I would say, a little bit more modern than the wine bar. But the dispensing thing reminded me of Firefly. Firefly and the wine room have similar wine dispensing
It's kind of nice because sometimes I've been to wineries where, like, I went to visit Christy and she took me to Saratoga Springs, which is like a big wine area. And we went to a really nice winery, but because we were like one of a few people there, the bartender was like had the time to sit with us and say like, oh, these are the notes and this is the year of it and this is what it goes well with. But like sometimes if you're at a busy bar, you don't really get that service. But at the wine room, you can read all the information you might want to know on the machine that you're getting your wine from.
So that is our list. There is a place that I want to try, and that is Mather's Social Gathering. I really want to try this place. You haven't been, right?
No, but I just been seeing it all over our Instagram, and I always want to go.
So I definitely want to go there. And then if you have a place that you want to recommend to us, go ahead and
shout it out.
Shout it out to us on our Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you in episode 22. Remember to follow
5
us
stars.
Remember to follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. You messed me up, and now I'm going to trip over my words. Visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com, and then listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And yes, make sure to leave us
5 stars.
Review on iTunes. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, bye.
Fine. Just kick me out.